everyone, and welcome to Journey with the Color. So today I thought I would kind of show you guys our newest DIY project around the house. So we have been trying to kind of update our house so it's more fun for our cats. So we have 4 cats in our house and 1 dog, okay, right now. Actually, there's a second dog coming in a few weeks, but it's actually my daughter's dog, but it's gonna be living here in the house. Technically, we're gonna soon have 2 dogs. So I thought I would kind of give you a little information about our cats first. So our oldest cat that lives in the house is a male. His name is Tack, spelled T-A-C. Now in our house, we kind of have a car theme going on with a lot of the animal names because my husband's a mechanic and he likes to name stuff after cars. So Tack is actually named from a tachometer. So we call him Tack for short, T-A-C, which is also cat backwards. Ha, imagine that. So Tack is 5 years old and we adopted him from Petco 5 years ago when he was about 8 or 9 weeks old. He was basically just a medium-haired mixed breed cat. Very cute, had a huge head and this little tiny body when we first got him. Unfortunately, Tack has what they call like synesthesia. It's where he gets too overstimulated when you pet him on anywhere but his head. So we've been having to slowly work with him to try to be able to groom him. We kind of have to trick him with holding a treat and a comb and brushing him and keeping him distracted. But he also has digestion problems, so we have to watch what kind of treats we feed him as well, which kind of stinks because if you feed him the wrong treat, he will throw it up within 15 minutes of you feeding it to him. So though we do get to groom him, not nearly enough, and a lot of times we unfortunately have to end up taking him in and getting him shaved because he's just getting too many knots, but it's a work in progress. So, you know, our second oldest cat is our Maine Coon named Saber. Now Saber is a tortoiseshell cat. She is very pretty, but is also a polydactyl cat. So polydactyl means they have more than the regular amount of toes on their feet. She has 6 toes on each feet. It is common for a Maine Coon to have that many toes, although breeders tried breeding it out a long time ago. Now, I did get Saber from a breeder. I have wanted a Maine Coon cat for a super long time. And though I don't always say, you know, oh, go get any animal from a breeder, this was a specific one that I had always wanted, so I actually got her. Unfortunately, because she is a polydactyl, as a kitten, she was very clumsy. And actually, even at 2 years old today, she's still kind of clumsy. So when she was a kitten, we had to give her lots of baths because she would step in her poop and she would get stuff all over her and all of that. So she became so that she didn't want to be groomed anymore. She actually kind of went through a big phase where she really didn't want to be touched. So unfortunately, we've had to shave her as well because she was getting knots and everything in her hair. And we are working with her as well, using treats and rewards to try to get her to let us brush her. And hopefully by the time her hair comes back in, she will be okay with that. Our third cat is actually a Savannah cat. Her name is Helene, spelled H-L-I-N. Now she's named after a goddess, not a car. And that's because my daughter named her. But my husband calls her Sahara. So she actually has 2 names, Helene, Sahara, okay? So Helene is an F5 Savannah cat. If you don't know what a Savannah cat is, it's actually a domestic cat mixed with a, I always forget the name of the cat. Anyways, it's a domestic cat named with a smaller wild cat, and they can actually get very big if they're like an F1 or an F2, but she's an F5, which means she's 5 generations removed from the wild cat side of her. Now, Helene is actually a very strange cat because she's almost part dog, part cat, and she's very skittish, but very cute, and she does love to be pet. She loves the attention, but every little noise scares her, unfortunately. So, who cares though? She's a sweetheart. Our last cat that we have, oh, and Helene, by the way, is just a little bit over a year old. Our last cat that we have is Loki. Now, I know it's not named after a car either, but she was kind of our little troublesome kitten. I found Loki in the woods next to our house at 4 weeks of old. She was pretty sick and at first really hissy. Well, okay. But we found out that actually it was just a big act she was putting on to try to keep us away from her. But as soon as I got her held and cuddled in, she was just a big sweetheart. Unfortunately, we don't know what happened to her mother. She was a stray, and we do have strays living around our house because there is a big farm and they have cats and people dump cats and all of that. So we do have kind of some people who take care of the strays and try to get them spaded. Unfortunately, that cat, her mom, did not get spaded, I guess. And we found her. Now, we don't know if her mom was killed or if she just abandoned her or whatever. When we found her, she actually had quite a few problems. She had triple yeast infections in her ears. She had quite a few different intestinal problems. She even had toxoplasmosis, which can be even spreadable to humans. So we had a long road with her. She also had to be fed babies, kitten milk and wet food at the same time. So we had a long road with her. It took us almost, I think, 2 months to finally get her completely healed of all of her issues. But she is the biggest sweetheart in the world, loves to be held, loves to be cuddled, loves everything. So, we also have a beagle. She is a cute little beagle dog. She's the only dog in the house right now. And I think sometimes she thinks she's a cat. But since we have all 4 of these cats, we've been trying to give them more space and to get higher up in the air. And the reason for that is because there is 4 and our house is semi-big. It's not huge. It's about 1,800 square feet. Not hugely huge, but that 1,800 square feet is kind of section off strange, and so we wanted to make sure that they had more space to go up because we have a lot more up space than we do wide space, if that makes sense. And I'll kind of show you what I mean here in a minute. So our project has been, I needed to redo my Harry Potter hallway. Now I put I think it was a short a couple months ago or so, showing my Harry Potter hallway, okay? And I wanted to redo it because I have gotten back into Legos and I needed to have room to put my Legos in the hallway. But I also wanted to put the cats in there as well because this is a huge entryway that's a 2-story entryway. Oh my gosh, what are you 2 doing? This is Loki, by the way. So it's a 2-story entryway and we had all this space going up. So I thought it's a perfect spot to do it for the cats. So I'm gonna take you guys through it. Now we've just started it. It is definitely not completed. And so I will be doing kind of first, second, third, how many ever parts it takes to get this done. So, but first, let's go see if we can find all the cats so you guys can meet them. So this, of course, is our youngest. This is little Loki here. Now she's not quite a year old. And as you can see, she loves to be cuddled. She's just a little cutie, okay? All right, let's go see if we can find the other ones. Not sure if I can find them. Let's go look. Okay, you guys, so this here is Tack. So this is our 5-year-old cat and the one that really has kind of like a sensitivity problem. And it's not just with petting. He really can't stand anything to kind of touch his sides. Now, if you scratch him on the head, he really loves it. But when you go down his body, see, he's watching my hand. He don't like it. His body ripples. And so he has a whole lot of trouble with grooming. As you can see right now, his hair looks kind of wild. It is in the process of growing back from being shaved a couple months ago. So hopefully we'll be able to keep him brushed for quite a while before we have to worry about shaving him again. So Tack has also been DNA tested because I wanted to find out what he was. And he is actually 20% Maine Coon, which is really funny. But he's a big cutie. And he's actually my youngest daughter's like cat. He loves my youngest daughter. My youngest daughter loves him. Anybody else in the household? Not so much. And standing right here is Mercedes. So this is, like I said, right now our only dog. My one daughter is about to get a Maine Coon. Or not a Maine Coon, I'm sorry, a Labrador. And so right now Mercedes is the only dog. She's a 2-year-old beagle. I actually got her for free. I used to work as a Spark delivery driver, which is Walmart delivery. And she was actually the smallest dog in a litter of puppies for a house that I was delivering to. And she came right up to me, and I guess I was the first person that she had ever reacted to or even wanted to have anything to do with. And so they gave her to me because she wouldn't go to anybody else. So I ended up pretty much getting a free beagle. So, but she's been pretty cool. So she's 2 years old now. So let's go see who else we can find. You've already seen Loki. So I think Saber's right here. So let me go see her. Saber. Okay, so this is Saber, the Maine Coon. And like I said, we recently had to shave her because of the same reasons. She is having grooming issues, especially after she had to have so many baths as a kitten. But she has a beautiful coat. Look at those markings. And then these are the big old feet I was talking about. Look at those baseball bats and baseball mitts. And she's got them on the back too. So Saber is starting to become better at getting along with people. Oh, now she's gone. So let's go see if we can find Helene. I'm not sure where she's at. So unfortunately, Helene, our Savannah cat, who is actually, now I remember, domesticated cat plus an African serval. Oh, there she is. Hello, Helene. So this is Helene. She's just a little bit over 1 year old. As you can see, she is a little bit skittish. Right now, one of the other cats is walking up to her and she's taken off. So she is quite the character a lot of times, but still very sweet. Okay, so anyways, on to the hallway. So this is the hallway that I used as my Harry Potter hallway. Now some things are still in progress. We're not quite done yet. I've still got a lot to do, but I thought I'd take you guys through it. So this over here is just basically a bookcase. There is some of my Legos are already on here. And we have the Harry Potter symbols on the side. We have the Mirror of Erised and then a saying from Newt Scamander, okay? And I'm gonna show you the upper stuff here too now. So over, and you'll get a better image of it when we go upstairs too. Over in this corner, this shelf was already here. It's got my electrical panel right over top of it, or right underneath of it. And so we actually expanded this out because I'm going to be putting the Hogwarts on here. And it needed to be quite a big shelf in order to fit that on there here. You know, it's the new one, the modular Lego. So we expanded this out and then covered it up. Now the plan is that I have bought some peel and stick wallpaper that looks like a rocky kind of mountainside. And we're gonna put that on the bottom of this and maybe going down this wall. It just depends on how much I have because I need it for some other things as well. But yeah, so definitely the underneath of this will be rocky, so it'll look like Hogwarts up on the big rocky mountaintop or hilltop, okay? There's also this shelf here too that's with it. And same thing, some of these I'm going to paint. Some of them will hopefully get the stickers underneath, the wallpaper underneath of it, and all of that. So it'll all look like it's kind of on a big rocky crag. So this will also get some Legos on it as well, okay? Then up above that, you're gonna see this bridge. Now this is what I was talking about. This is a floor to ceiling entryway, okay? So it's 2 stories tall. So this is a bridge for the cats so that they can get to this big window. This window is here, but we couldn't use it. Now the cats can at least go and sit in it. But this comes all the way across and down over to this 2nd story railing. But then we also put this cat tree. Now this is a cat tree that we previously had. It was in a corner of the living room. We did have to cut a little bit off of the bottom in order so that you weren't stepping on it when you came down. You come down the stairs here, come around, and then come down the rest of the stairs. So we did cut a little bit off of the bottom and then stabilized it by actually putting brackets on the back of it and screwing it into the wall. So now it won't fall down, okay? So the cats can come up the 2 little stairs here, up the tree, go to there, and then go up the bridge and go into the window. Or they could go from the 2nd story and go in between the railings and go up the bridge. Now, as you can see, we also have one of the brooms from Harry Potter. And then the other broom is way up there, okay? Hanging from the ceiling. So that's that part, okay? We also have the invisibility cloak hooks. So these are for our coats and stuff to hang on here, okay? And then this is the little London telephone bookcase. Right now we put shoes and stuff in here, but I am going to be moving this upstairs and I'll show you why, okay, in a little bit. But I also wanted to have the Whomping Willow involved, and I thought the best place to do that would be off of the cat tree. So I am going to be using some pool noodles and wrapping them in the, what is it called? Sessile rope, the kind of rope that you use for cat trees. And I'm going to be hopefully making branches they'll be on the wall, but they'll be looking like they're coming from this part of the cat tree and going up on the wall. And at the end of those branches will be round shelves that'll hold more Legos. And I hope to put like more of like the flying objects, like the, you know, the Phoenix and some of the owls and things like that that come in Lego. So that will be up here on the wall, okay? And so that will make my Whomping Willow. And I may make some changes to this tree as well to kind of make it look a little bit more like a tree, although I'm not going to do too much. It'll probably be more of just like adding some more rope and things like that to make it look a little bit more like a tree instead of all the carpet, but I don't know how much I'm going to do because right now this cat tree's in pretty good shape and I don't want to just, you know, waste stuff. So as it gets more and more shredded by the cats, we may do more and more to it, okay? All right, so also we have some pictures up here, of course, of Harry Potter. Then we have Albus Dumbledore and his sister. And then this is a picture of us at Universal in Orlando in front of the Hogwarts Express, okay? So now with this is the big corner shelf where the Hogwarts is going to be. There's one of the cats up there. So the Hogwarts is going to be right here. On these two shelves right next to it, I plan on putting Hogsmeade and then also the Hogwarts Express because that's where it stops is in Hogsmeade. And then I'm hoping to put a Thestral and carriage also to go from like the train into Hogwarts. So this is basically going to be like the Hogwarts end for my stuff. And then this will just have, once I get the tree limbs up and the shelves up, it'll have, you know, the different kinds of flying type Legos, okay? We do have also the dragon coat hook on here. Okay, we also have the platform 9 3/4 light. I hardly ever turn it on, but I also have one of the animals from Fantastic Beasts is on there as well. And then in the shelves down here, I don't know if you saw that, but there are some animals from Fantastic Beasts in there as well. Ignore that piece of, that's a piece of the cat carpeting, okay? Now, as you come to the stairwell, we have all of our family pictures up, like the stairwells at Hogwarts are covered in pictures, so is this. I do plan on probably putting some more over here, I just haven't done it. Now this picture I have had for a while, so this is supposed to be the fat lady that goes into the Gryffindor commons room, and of course it says password at the bottom. And then of course the little sign that all guests must be approved by the cat, which is true. To come up here, you have to be approved by the cat. Okay, so this is basically where the Hogwarts kind of stops, but kind of goes on a little bit. So I do have a bunch of the candles hanging from the ceiling up here. Right now they don't work. All of their batteries died and I haven't replaced them yet, but that is there, okay? So then we have also on the stairwell, the banners. So we have each house here. And then at the end of this stairwell, looking out towards the door, you can kind of see that Hogwarts banner there as well, okay? Then this is in this hallway. So this is going to be Diagon Alley's hallway. And the reason why I say that is because the Diagon Alley Legos are going to be up here. We have the cloaks hanging with scarves, and then each house has a stuffed animal of their animal, okay? Then we have these little shelves over here and Ollivander's wands. So I kind of said this is like where you would go to buy your robes and your scarves and all of that. Then we have our wands here, so you could buy those. You got some pygmy puffs. We got Hagrid's umbrella. And then I have some extra space still to put Legos in. I'm still doing the Harry Potter Legos, so I don't have them all up. And then some of the wands here on the Ollivander sign, okay? Then you come into here. So this leads into like our bathroom and another bedroom. This is just going to be kind of like the London area. So I plan on putting that phone booth shelf right here in the corner. I just haven't moved it up here yet. And then right now we have Privet Drive up here, and I plan on putting the Malfoy Manor up here as well. If I need to, I can put another shelf up eventually too. I don't know that there's much else that I really want to put in here. And I had to do Privet Drive as open right now because it's the way it is. You know, it won't fit on the shelf. The shelf is too thin, and I can't do too wide of a shelf because somebody will bonk their head on it, okay? So now we're gonna go down to the end of the hallway here so you guys can get a better look at the shelves, okay? So here we go. So this is the shelves here, and of course Saber is over there on that shelf. So this is the shelf, this big corner one that Hogwarts is gonna go on, and I am going to paint that black probably tomorrow, as well as the other shelves that the Legos are gonna go on. That's gonna be painted black as well. And then once I get the stick-on wallpaper, I'll be putting the wallpaper underneath to look like a cliff. So the next time I come back, hopefully I'll have that completed and have started putting the Legos up on the shelves, and maybe have moved this, the telephone booth shelf out of the way as well. So that is it so far for our Harry Potter thing. I'm hoping to get started on the Whomping Willow wall here fairly soon. And maybe that'll even be started and I can show you guys some of it the next time when we do part 2. So I'm gonna get some painting done and wait for my wallpaper, stick on wallpaper to get here so I can get that done. And I'll come back and show you guys how it's turning out so far. So see you the next time.